Recently I've been studying and writing a lot of fugal material. I'm currently also practicing a couple of pieces from Bach's Goldberg Variations, and I came across this peculiar and very energetic sounding Fughetta, which is actually the 10th variation of that set. It has a very interesting fugal development of the subject that we will explore in a minute. Let's first listen to Kimiko Ishizaka's recording from her Open Goldberg Variations project. So what is happening here? The Fughetta does not follow a strict development as most of the fugues do in, for example, the well-tempered clavier. But why? Well, in the first place it's a Fughetta and not a fugue, so by definition a Baroque composer could handle the subject more freely. But the second reason is more important.
It goes with the harmony. Yes.
Indeed, the incredible beautiful aria forms the harmonic guideline for all of the Goldberg variations. Here is the general scope of the harmony in the aria. The structure of the aria is binary, with an A and a B part. The harmony of the A part is completely the same in the Fughetta. However, the B part deviates from measure 25 onwards, that is the third fugal statement starting on C sharp. The fourth statement follows the harmony of the aria again, which starts on G major, and ends with a cadence in G. So now that has been made clear, then what do I actually mean by the subject does not follow the strict fugue development scheme, or better a strict exposition? Well, let's have a look at how the subject is constructed. The subject starts on a tonic, G major, which moves to its dominant D. The first question which one should always ask is the subject modulating to its dominant? Well, it's tricky. Yes and no. We have a cadence to D major in the third bar, but the scale, which is actually not part of the subject, modulates back to G major. It contains a C natural. The range of the subject is 1 octave, which is a standard range in a lot of Baroque subjects and school fugues. The first entry starts in the bass. Terminology that you need to be familiar with to analyze fugues is dux and comes. Dux is just another word for the subject and comes is the answer. The answer or comes is conventionally stated in the dominant key, but here Bach is already deviating from that rule. He states the comes in the tenor, but uses no C sharp on the mordent and the subsequent notes. If you look at the bass harmonization, it starts on G major, which is normal, but it never gets to D major really. So generally speaking, if we transpose the subject a perfect fifth up or a perfect fourth down, we get the answer in the dominant key. But there's one problem with this procedure. If your subject ends on the dominant D, like here, the answer will then end on A, which is a key too remote from G major. We have 3 sharps versus 1 sharp. There are some exceptions in fugues with 2 voices, from Bach for example. This problem was historically solved by mutating, thus tweaking the subject in certain places. Let's have a look at where Bach mutates this subject. Take the subject, transpose it a fifth up. Now it ends on A. How do we let it end on G? We move the last part a tone down. But from which point onwards do we transpose it? This is up to the composer. Usually this mutation takes place at a skip or a rest in the subject, and as early as possible. But Bach chose to do it on a strong beat of the 3rd bar here. So the problem is now solved. Because we're back on the tonic, we can now follow the same procedure with the subject and answer again, but in the remaining voices.